It's your friend Jen, and welcome to the Kindness Plan. Hi, I'm Jen. I didn't start this podcast because I have everything figured out. I started it because I believe in kindness. I believe kindness is the missing secret sauce in our homes, in our schools, in our marriages, and in leadership. As a wife, a mom, a stepmom, and an entrepreneur, I've learned that success without kindness feels empty. And kindness without boundaries feels exhausting. The Kindness Plan is where we talk about making kindness strong again, making it cool again, making it the foundation for how we raise our kids and build our futures. And if you're ready to lead with strength and softness, you're in the right place. Hey friends, welcome back to the Kindness Plan. Today we're talking about something that sounds simple, but actually changes everything in how we live, parent, love, and show up in the world. The difference between being nice and being kind. Because they are not the same thing. And honestly, a lot of us, especially as women, moms, partners, have been taught to be nice. But what the world actually needs, what our family needs, what we actually need is kindness. And there's a really important shift between the two. Well, what is nice versus kind? Let's break it down simply. Nice is polite, agreeable, avoids conflict, keeps the peace, and often it's rooted in fear of upsetting others. Kind is honest, grounded, sometimes uncomfortable, rooted in care and truth, and protects what actually matters. Here's the truth. Nice is about being liked, and kind is about doing what's right. And of course, everyone wants to do what's right and be liked. But sometimes those don't always overlap. So why does the difference even matter, you may ask? Well, it matters because when we live in a nice, we live by saying yes when we really mean no. We avoid the hard conversations and we let the resentment of not speaking up build. We lose ourselves trying to keep everyone happy. And in reality, our relationships with other people suffer because we're not happy. But when we choose kindness, we create real trust. We model integrity for our children. We build deeper relationships, and we actually feel at peace inside. And here's the powerful part. Nice keeps things comfortable. You could walk in a room and you can say hi to everyone, even if you have feelings, but things feel comfortable. Kindness makes the room better. It makes everything better. Especially if we can be nice and kind, but stay true to ourselves. We live in a culture that rewards people-pleasing, labels honesty as rude, confuses boundaries with being mean, pushes just be nice instead of be real. And social media, it doesn't help. It's all smiles and highlight reels, no conflict, no depth. But in real life is hard conversations. Real life is boundaries, growth, repair, and that requires kindness. not niceness. Let's bring this into everyday life because this is when it matters. Say one morning you're with your kids and they're hungry. So you want to be nice because you're on edge. So you say, okay, fine, one more snack, even though you've had 5. You're exhausted and you give in to avoid a meltdown, which as a mom, we have all been there. We will all be there if we haven't. And nothing is wrong with being nice. So please do not ever be hard on yourself. The world is hard on moms already, including other moms. But kindness is, I know you want more, but your body is full. We're done for now. It might cause tears, but you're teaching regulation and boundaries. Now, niceness needs and should happen sometimes. We shouldn't eliminate it. Sometimes it's easier, it's better, we don't have the energy, and it's definitely better than screaming at them. Giving in is not wrong. Kindness is teaching them. Kindness is being honest, and kindness is where change happens. So that next time they don't ask for 5 snacks. They already know it's not good for them. Snacks as in maybe sugar or packaged goods. Kindness says, I love you enough to guide you, to teach you, to invest in your mind, in your body. Now, what's the difference with kindness and niceness with your partner? Maybe you guys got in a fight. You're upset, but you don't want to fight more by sharing your feelings. So you're nice. Everything's fine, even when it's not. Kind is, I felt earlier when that happened. Can we talk about it? Nice avoids the issue. Kindness protects the relationship. Now, I don't know about you, but me and my partner have in the past struggled with this. Again, there are times where niceness is important, especially if you can see that your partner or yourself is not in a place of speaking about your feelings. Maybe you can't express your feelings in a kind way. So being nice is the best option. And maybe they are so stressed out and at a level 10, they're not in a place to receive your feelings. And so niceness is the best option. But all niceness does is build resentment, build a lack of emotional connection, which leads to a lack of intimacy and physical connection, which leads to different lives. So kindness, again, protects the relationship by taking that hard next step and being honest, but being kind about it. Kind with our words, and focus on our feelings rather than the other person's. And what's the difference with friends? Maybe you don't have kids, maybe you don't have a partner. Niceness with friends? Maybe you have friends making decisions, a whole group, and you agree with everyone and everything, even when you don't, just to stay in the friend group. Kindness, maybe one friend's having a problem, and again, the group agrees with her and her opinion. But kindness is being the one person in the group to say, hey, I love you and I want to be honest. I don't think that's good for you. That is real friendship. That is friendship that's saying, I know and want better for you. And I know you deserve better. That is friendship where you're okay being the minority of the opinion in the room. And you're okay speaking it. And you're not being mean. And you're not creating a fight or a debate or a massive thing. You're just speaking your truth, the truth that you feel deep in your heart, not in a judgmental way, that you feel like will really help elevate this person to be the best, amazing person they could be. Oh my gosh, this next one. What is the difference with being kind and nice to yourself? Now, this one is big. Self-talk. And we will talk about this in other episodes, but being nice to yourself and actually not kind would be, I should be doing more. I'm failing and I'm behind. Being kind to yourself is, I'm doing a lot. I'm learning. I can grow without tearing myself down. This is where everything starts. And that is so important because I don't even know if I feel like the first phrase is being nice to yourself. But the truth is maybe you should be doing more. Maybe you did fail at something. Maybe that is the truth in one lens, the nice lens. You're not physically beating up yourself. You're not quitting, but you're negatively self-talking. And maybe in that one lens you're looking at yourself in that point of view, you think you're being nice to yourself because you're being hard on yourself and you want to be better. But kindness, being kind to yourself, means you are doing a lot too. You're learning. You can grow without tearing yourself down. You can keep going. Now, that could be a little debatable, the kindness versus niceness with yourself. But the truth is positive self-talk and kindness to ourselves seems to be harder. And we don't all do it. It doesn't come naturally. Maybe to some, but I think to most we have to put in a serious effort to change. Now, kindness is harder because it does require courage. It requires honesty and it requires boundaries. And sometimes people won't like it. But here's the shift that might happen. Being nice might keep people around, but being kind builds the right relationships. Those relationships where you have each other's back. It doesn't go one way. Maybe they only give to you. Maybe you only give to them. It doesn't really matter. Kindness builds the relationships that are going to be with you for a lifetime. So you may not be surrounded by 100 people that like you. You might be surrounded by 10 people that love you, that trust you, that would take a bullet for you, metaphorically, maybe physically. So how do we apply this daily? So here are simple ways to start living this out. Pause before saying yes. Ask, am I saying yes to be nice or because I mean it? If my parents ask my husband to build a fence, and he's like, yeah, I want to build a fence. He likes my parents. He wants to give my parents a fence. But does he have the time? Does he have the energy? Does his life allow him to take the time to build this fence and have not him personally suffer, but his children and all the things that are on pillars for him that he cares about? Me, our property, our animals. Can he? And will he mean it? So just pause. I'm using my husband as an example because my husband is such a great guy. And he wants to give everything to everyone. And he would if he could. If he had 10 more arms and legs, he would pretty much be a superhero. And he would be all over the world all at once. Moving on, Tell the truth gently. Kindness does not mean harsh. It means honest and loving. If I go back to that fence example, maybe he doesn't have the time. Maybe he recognizes that. Now, my husband would never do this. He is a very nice person, and I love him for that. It doesn't mean, I can't build you a fence. I'm so dang busy. You better hire someone. We don't need to do that. It means honest and loving. I would love to build you this fence. I have to look at my schedule. I don't know if it allows me to. Nothing would make me happier to build you this fence because you guys have been the best parent-in-laws. You help our family, you support us, and I want so badly to do this for you. I just don't know if I can. And if I can't commit to it, I might be able to help you out with someone else that can. He's honest and loving. Nothing's wrong with that. And you know what? I want everyone to try to set one boundary this week. Let's start small. I can't do that today. I need help. That doesn't work for me. Maybe someone wants you to go to a St. Patty's event or a Bible study or a bar or a sports outing. Maybe someone wants you to volunteer at church or coach. And it might not work for you. It might not work for your life right now. It doesn't mean it won't work forever, but I think it's time to try to set one boundary and be kind to ourselves. Model this for your kids. They will learn how to speak, how to love, and how to treat themselves. If friends want to come over and you want to see your friends, you have a family. Yeah, I'd love to see you. You're welcome to come over. We all have to go to bed by 8, but other than that, we're free. Do you want to come over at 4? 7:30 rolls around, I got to put the kids to bed at 8. And you spend time with your kids from 8 to 9, and everyone gets ready to go to bed, whatever your bedtime is. You're not only modeling how to stand up for yourselves, you're teaching them how to have boundaries for themselves. You're teaching them how to treat themselves. Sleep is important for them, and sleep is important to you. But you're also teaching them how to speak and how to communicate, how to say this to somebody else, because kids don't talk when they're scared. People don't talk when they're scared. Check your intention. Before you speak, ask, is this coming from a place of fear or love? If you took one thing from today, let it be this. You don't have to be nice to be a good person, but choosing kindness will change your life. And not just your life, your kids' lives, your marriage, your friendships, and your peace. Because kindness is honest. Kindness is strong, and kindness is rooted in love. And that's the kind of life we're building here. If this episode spoke to you, share it with someone who might need to hear it today. And as always, let's keep choosing kindness. Before I tune out, I want to leave this Bible verse with you. So whether you're a person of faith or not, it's okay. It doesn't matter to me. I have so many friends that are both, but I'd like to leave this verse with you. That was in the Bible. And it's Micah 6:8. He has shown you, O man, what is good. And what does the Lord require of you? To act justly, to love mercy, and to walk humbly with your God. This right here, it's not a call to be nice. It's a call to be deeply, courageously kind, to forgive, to be honest, to be firm, and to be humble. The Kindness Plan is on a mission to spread kindness near and far, but we can't do it alone. If you know somebody in your life who could use more kindness to themselves and to others, share this episode. And if we spoke to your heart, please leave us a review. The only way this message could reach more families, more hearts, and more communities is with your support. And most importantly, thank you so much for spending your time with us. But remember, let's spread kindness. Let's practice it. Let's implement what we're learning in our daily lives. I hope that we've inspired you to choose one part of the kindness plan from today's episode and live it out this week in your home, in your parenting, in your relationships. Because kindness isn't something we can just talk about. It's something we practice. Thank you so much for taking the time, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye!